Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, I'm going to be doing another decoding messages video for you guys because again, I've been lacking and slacking on those. But again, I did mention that I was going to be busy the last 2 weeks that passed. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Let's do some decoding angel numbers and what you guys might need to know. All right, guys. So again, when it comes to decoding angel numbers, you don't have to do it this way that I'm doing it, but I find it to be very helpful, okay, for me whenever time I was learning about angel numbers, learning about repeating digits, mirrored numbers, even additive type of like, you know, readings as well for wisdom and just integration and things like that, right? So noticing even like the color, the emotion, the timing that your guides were trying to emphasize at that moment whenever you saw it, and also understanding the root energy of each digit. So even when it comes to like building a block, again, like 333 could be creativity amplified, right? And I did talk about this too earlier in my other video where I said you guys could be seeing certain numbers like 222, 555, and that means it's being amplified. Okay, whenever we do read angel numbers, we always start first from start, middle to last, and the start is basically, so the first would be the starting, okay, middle would be the lesson, and then last would be the outcome, okay, what we're trying to execute. So again, like I said, let's get started. I'm just going to pick a random number. This could resonate for somebody, it doesn't have to, but it's just to get an idea on how to read these numbers, okay? So let's pick a random number. I did do another video earlier today where I picked a random number. So let's pick a random number, for example. And again, if you guys do enjoy these decoding messages and you have like a number that you want to decode, put it in the comments, okay? Like put it in the comments and say like, hey, could you decode this number? Especially if it's like a number that you keep seeing over and over again, but you go online and you're not getting like the information, you know what I mean, like you need. Yeah, put in the comments. Like I just randomly put a random number in my other video, and that could resonate for somebody who sees those numbers, right? And I'm not talking about basic numbers like 555 and 222. Like I'm talking about like, I don't know, you seeing angel number like 1982 or seeing angel number 2044, right? And wanting to decode that number into like a smaller number. So let's get started, guys. I'm just going to pick a random number for you guys. I don't know. Let's do... Ooh, that marker is bad. Why did I pick this marker? Sorry, guys. I should have checked the marker before I even did the video, but you guys know me. I'm authentic through and through. Okay, let's do 1892, right? Let's do 1892. Okay, so again, 1892 talks about 1, okay, 1 equals 8, plus 1 plus 8 is 9, okay, 1 plus 9 is 2, sorry, what am I saying? 9, and then 9 plus 9 is actually 18. And then 18 plus 2 equals 20. That is so funny because the other video that I did, it equaled to 20. So clearly angel number 22 and 00 or 20 is very significant, okay? When we look at the number 20, that also means duality, right? Duality, transcend, and also divine partnership. And the color that's associated with this number is soft lavender and blue. So frequencies that could be very significant is 963 and 528 hertz, which is crown and heart chakra energy, okay? The number 20 talks about the mirror, the reflection of source, the harmonizer, and this is again union of opposites, okay? Reflection through relationships and even higher compassion, okay? Emotional acceptance is also significant and also divine timing. But we're not talking about 20 only. We're breaking it down into simpler terms, okay? So let's get started, you guys. Let's see. Last time I did this, I had no space. I learned my lesson. Okay, I had no space last time I did this. I learned my lesson. You guys are going to see me writing smaller now because, yeah, okay. So when we look at the number one, okay, number one talks about independence and new beginnings and leadership, okay? So I'm going to see if I can write it there. Please bear with me, guys. So I'm just going to write it far away, but okay, independence, okay. Why did I do that? Clearly I can't spell. And then leadership. Oh gosh, you guys, I can't with myself. Okay, so number one is new beginnings, independence, and leadership. Okay, that's what number one means, right? When we see this angel number. Now, when we go to number 8, okay, this is talking about our power, okay, our abundance, okay, and also when it comes to mastery. Okay, number 9 talks about completion, service, and also compassion. Okay, so I'm gonna write down. Child, I have no room. Ugh, I have no room. After I just said I learned my lesson, and then look what I do. Okay, look what I do. So there's completion. It's kind of messy, guys. Sorry, but you guys get the drift of what I'm trying to explain to you, okay? So we have completion. We have service, okay? We also have compassion, like I said, right? And then number 2 talks about balance, harmony, and partnerships, okay? So balance, harmony, partnerships. Okay, and then the same thing for this one. So I'm just going to drag this one down so you guys know. It's literally the same thing, okay? Now I got pen on my hand, or marker, or whatever. Okay, but balance, okay, harmony, and partnership. So this is like twice. And then 0 talks about divine source, okay? Also, it talks about infinite potential. Okay, and then it also talks about wholeness, okay? So let me just write down wholeness. I'm gonna have to like clean my hands and my desk because now I have like marker on me, but that's okay. Okay, so when we look at this, right, and we, put it into simpler terms, okay, so we're gonna do this, 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 and this. So okay, so we're gonna put this into simpler terms, okay, guys? So I already used orange. Let's use red. Actually, let's use green instead. So for number 1, right, we've talked about, like I said, new beginnings, right? So in this new beginning, what is it that you guys are trying to go towards with number 8? In this new beginning, you're trying to go towards your power, right? Once you realize that you've stepped into your power, you've realized that you've made some type of completion within self. And this is what is bringing you balance, okay? Once you've come to terms with this balance, you realize that in the end, the balance that you needed was divine source, okay? Going towards divine source. When it comes to your independence, right, some of you guys are stepping into your abundance, right? Independence could be your individuality, new beginnings, right? So your independence, you're stepping into abundance. This could be your stability, making money, okay? Entrepreneurship is also significant because that's talking about singular, right? And this could be about service. The service that you provide could be harmonious, okay? You bring harmony in the service that you bring. Okay, so this could be anywhere. Like this could be a job, okay, 9 to 5, whatever it is, but there's this energy of harmony. Once you've come to completion with this idea of, okay, I kind of have an idea what I like to do and what makes me feel good inside, you realize that harmony is infinite potential when it comes to you moving forward in this lifetime. Leadership for some of you guys, this could be something that you guys are mastering, okay? Leadership in your life, leadership when it comes to like mastering you being the leader in other people's lives, or just being someone who takes initiative and you're somebody who can, you know, move forward. You know, you're somebody who's driven. CEO energy is significant, right? With this mastery, this leadership that you've mastered, you've realized that compassion, okay? You've mastered compassion within leadership. And this is the compassion that you're bringing towards your partnerships, right? Every time you have these partnerships that you go towards into, you are allowing yourself to bring wholeness within yourself and these partnerships, okay? So now we're going to break it down again, okay? Why do we want to break it down? Because again, one is someone who initiates, who's a self-starter, a manifester, and a pioneer, okay? So let's write that down. Okay, we have initiator, okay? We have self-starter. Okay, manifester is also significant. And then we have pioneer. Okay, so that's what we have for 1. For 8, okay, which talks about the manifester, achiever, authority, and balancer, okay? So we're going to write that down. So again, the manifester wanted to show up again, okay? So this is also extra double confirmation, okay, when it comes to that energy. Again, you guys could manifest very heavily, okay? So again, I'm going to write down the manifester. So manifester. Okay, we have achiever. I think achiever, and also, let me write here authority. Trying to see if I have enough space. Authority and balancer, okay? Now, for number 9, okay, right, what we talk about here, number 9 talks about humanitarian, light worker, old soul, and healer, okay? So okay, and so with this energy, right, this is what we are showing up as, okay? And then we go back to 2, okay? 2 is the peacemaker. So I'm going to write peacemaker. Okay, diplomat. Okay, and then we have 2 again here, so I'm just going to write it again here because it's just an extra, a double digit here, which is also giving confirmation also when it comes to this energy, okay? And then 0 is going back to the main source. So this is, again, when we talk about this, the void, because this was on the other video as well. And this is a random number. Like, I'm not even trying to, like, add anything up in my head. Like, I suck at math. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay. So here it is, okay? So this is the energy that we are showing up in or as when we see this, okay? My marker just fell on the floor. Sorry, guys. Okay, so here, we're going to extend it now. Okay, so when it comes to new beginnings, right, you're initiating new beginnings, right? When it comes to you also being independent, okay, you guys are stepping into the self-starter energy and you're manifesting newer things, okay? You guys are leaderships, or you guys are stepping into leadership, okay? You guys are leaders, what I was trying to say, and that means you are a pioneer, okay? So power, okay? You manifest power. You achieve abundance and authority, and you are a master at balancing out your energy and things around you, okay? Completion is you completing things that help other people. So being a humanitarian when it comes to your service, being a light worker, old soul, and having compassion as a healer is very significant for somebody who resonates with this number frequency, okay? For some of you guys as well, you know, balancing as well, being a peacemaker, balancing out this energy, being able to diplomat harmony, okay, and union and partnerships when it comes to mediating, balance, right? So again, same thing with this again, right? And then we have divine source. So the void, okay? You being able to see things in the void, okay? Infinite potential when it comes to all, giving everybody the opportunity to have the opportunity to show themselves in a positive way, okay? Wholeness is eternity. So you feeling whole within yourself forever and more. Doesn't matter what life you're in, you're always going to feel this way every time you come to this life. Okay, every time you reincarnate, there's something about eternity and wholeness, right? So you guys are initiating manifestations, okay? Whatever this manifestation is, you guys are helping other people learn how to manifest, okay? Being a peacemaker in this energy, okay? And then once you realize that you've made peace in this energy, okay, you know what it's like when it comes to the void, okay? So a lot of people don't want to go towards the void, but you've made peace with the void, okay? Self-starter energy is what you've achieved, okay? You're achieving these new things that you're trying to start, okay? For some of you guys that are self-starters and you're trying to achieve something, you guys are light workers, okay? When you are someone who's a light worker, you always have diplomacy when it comes to your energy. You're diplomatic, okay? And because you're diplomatic with all, the all, okay? Manifester, okay? You guys are manifesting your authority at this time, okay? When it comes to your authority and what you manifest, you're somebody who's an old soul. You've been reincarnated more than once, for example. You're an old soul. Your energy is an old soul. You could be 20 and you have the energy of an old soul, right? That is you coming into union, okay, with self. Realizing that I am an old soul and I am a light worker. I am somebody who has authority, okay? Once you've come to that conclusion that I am the one that carries the union, I am the one that has the authority to show up for humanity, that's when unity comes in, okay? Pioneering is something that you guys, when it comes to you self-starting, independence, okay, pioneering new things, you guys are becoming balancers, okay? So whenever you pioneer something new, you balance out the energies around you, okay? You guys are healers, okay? For those who are healers and realize that you guys can balance energy or you guys can correct energy, you guys can also be mediators as well. So this is like seen and unseen forces, Chiron energy as well, right? Because you realize that you are the mediator, you know for eternity that every life that you've stepped into, okay, you will always be the mediator, you will always be the healer, you will always be the pioneer and the balancer, okay? So I'm almost at 20 minutes too, because I really want to go in depth with you guys, but I'm going to break it down now when it comes to the colors, okay? So with number 1, okay, this is about red frequency, okay? So the color red could be very significant, okay? For some of you guys, when it comes to this energy, I'll do the hertz after, but the color red is very significant, okay? When you look at the number 8, this is also the color royal gold and deep purple. Okay, when you look at the number 9, that color is violet and lavender. So again, these are colors that you guys could might like wearing, or you might see, or these are the colors that you guys could be working with when it comes to this energy. Okay, and that's another thing. When I say you guys are working with it, I mean that you guys are creating something by wearing the colors, eating those colors, you know, with your chakras and stuff like that. So obviously take what resonates with that, right? Number 2 talks about soft pink, okay, and peach, the color. Okay, and I'm going to write it here again because it's the same thing. okay? And then 0 talks about the color white, okay, and opalescent, okay? So obviously take what resonates with that, right? And then so if we break this down now again, okay, when it comes to not just the numbers itself on the colors, but even when it comes to the frequencies, because again, we are trying to heal, okay? So the frequencies for number 1 that resonates is 396, okay? So 396 hertz is connected to the root chakra, okay? I mean, why wouldn't it be the color red, right? For some of you guys, when it comes to the number 8, this is talking about 888 hertz, okay? So 888 hertz. And that is solar plexus and root chakra, okay? So okay, for some of you guys, when it comes to the number 9, right, because again, we're breaking this down now, the colors violet and lavender could be very significant. So this could be connected to 963 hertz, okay? And this is also talking about, for some of you guys, this is crown chakra energy, okay? Number 2, okay, this is talking about, you know, sacral chakra. So this is going to be 417 hertz. Okay, so sacral chakra. Okay, and we're going to write it here again because, again, like I said, this is the same number. Okay, and for some of you guys, when it comes to 0, okay, we're going back to the beginning, right? This is talking about 108 hertz. Okay, so 108 hertz is very significant. This is about source, okay, and also universal. So universal field for some of you guys that resonates, okay? So that's another way to break down this number for some of you guys when it comes to the energy. I am going to leave it here though, because I mean, I am at 22 minutes, right? But another thing too that you guys might realize as well is that in this energy too, there's something about, again, if we're going to break this down into simpler terms too, the number 1 for some of you guys when it comes to like this number, again, root chakra is very significant, but this is about grounding, courage, releasing fear, activating new beginnings, okay? The number 8, before I end it, the number 8 is talking about solar plexus and root chakra, which is about empowerment, balance of material and spiritual mastery, okay? So this is the octave of abundance, okay? Number 9 talks about crown energy, which is about enlightenment, completion, unity, consciousness, and ascension. And then number 2 talks about sacral chakra, which is about balance, emotional flow, relationships, harmony, creative cooperation, okay? Same with this. And then, of course, when we go back to 0, this is about the universal field. So this is about divine unity, infinite creation, 0-point stillness, okay? And the sound of pure potential, okay? So I'm going to end it there, but also too, if you guys want to not break it down, but add this number to it too, because I did give you an example of what number 20 would be like. If you guys wanted to talk about number 20 is actually, like I said, 963 plus 528 hertz. This is crown and heart chakra energy. This is talking about divine union, soul partnerships, peace, and higher love. Okay, so it's almost like a higher love when you guys realize that you guys are empaths or healers. Confirmation with the horn. I just heard a horn, but that is definitely confirmation for somebody when it comes to being a healer and being able to have empathy and show emotions when it comes to like deep connections, okay? But anyways, I'm going to end it here, guys. This might be the only video until later today. I'll see how the energy is later, but I am going to end it here. So obviously, you know, please take what resonates with you whenever you see it. And again, thank you so much again for you guys, you know, supporting my channel and supporting what it is that I'm trying to build right now at this time for not just myself, but for the collective, okay? a lot of times people, you know, they do a lot of stuff where they learn new things, but they never want to share the wisdom and the knowledge with other people. And I get it. Just because I'm not getting paid for everything that I do on here doesn't mean that I have to withhold information from you guys, okay? That's just the way I am. Some people may look at me like I'm crazy, and they may think like, why would you give information or give away free stuff if you're not getting paid? It's like, this is my business. Okay, even if I have to work a 9 to 5 job just to support my business and share knowledge and understanding to you guys, then so be it. I'm doing something that fulfills me, and that is why I love coming on here and sharing with you guys, you know, different ways of learning different new things, cultures, perspectives, and also realizing that you don't have to be stagnant and stuck in one thing. There's many things that you can venture out and do. So even if you do have a 9 to 5 job and you have a side hustle or a hobby or something that you like to do, what's wrong with that? Okay, everybody has something that they like to do, and that is the whole point of this channel, is to grow and understand ourselves a little bit more better. So I enjoy doing these videos for you guys, even if I don't get paid for some of it. Okay, not even some of it, any of it. Like, in all honesty, I'm gonna keep it real with you, okay? Until I start getting more clients when it comes to like getting readings and things like that, then that's different. I can utilize more, I can do more, but I'm working with what I got, okay? I'm working with the resources I got, all right, guys? And that's what I always tell you guys. Use the resources that you have, right? It doesn't matter. We're all here surviving. We're all here trying to do what we need to do. But at the same time, we're also trying to ascend and go towards what fulfills us, instead of trying to play the matrix or play this, you know, game of life of feeling like I have to do what other people expect me to do. Instead, I have to do what I feel like I need to do, or makes me feel happy or feels better about myself. But anyways, guys, this is a long video. I'm going to end it here. Happy Friday. And again, thank you again for the love and support. I appreciate you guys, and I love you guys so much. All right, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.